Greetings, baseball fans. This is the Southwest Florida Grapefruit Report. Thank you for tuning in. I am multimedia journalist Scott Butherus and associate journalist Cameron Kaiser. And we're out here at Fenway South. We got the first week of games in the books, and it's been a pretty exciting spring training. First off, Hammond Stadium, a brand new facility, cost $48.5 million to build, and it's been a big hit so far with the players and the fans and everyone that has seen it. I even read a nice big article this week saying that Southwest Florida is now the capital of spring training, and surprisingly, everyone agreed. So, Cameron, you've seen these stadiums, you've seen JetBlue out here. What is it that makes a good spring training stadium?
Well, I think the way that fans see the game is a big plus here. There's not a bad seat in the house at JetBlue. I've not been to Hammond Stadium just yet, but I assume it's the same way. I've driven past it, and it's beautiful from the outside, same way as JetBlue is beautiful from the outside. And you just can't argue with any seat here at JetBlue.
I really like the 360-degree walkway. When I take in a baseball game, I don't like to sit in a seat. I like to go walk around. And JetBlue and Hammond are both really good for being able to do that and just wander around the stadium and take in the sights and sounds. Now, on the baseball side of things, I'm actually kind of excited because both teams have questions in their starting rotation, and that really hasn't been the situation the last couple years. Both teams come into spring training knowing who's going to be in their rotation and where. The Twins, their back end of the rotation, totally wide open. The Twins have a bunch of veterans trying to fill out the bottom half of their rotation, and Mike Pelfrey, Ricky Nolasco, and Tommy Malone. But who gets that, and maybe even some rookies get their shot here. It's totally wide open as it goes through the spring. Now, on Red Sox side, they know who's going to be there, but they don't know where they're going to slot out. And this is a team that really needs an ace. They need that guy that can step in and, be expected to win, especially when you're in a long losing streak, because that was their problem last year.
Well, the Red Sox have Clay Buchholz and Joe Kelly returning. Joe Kelly kind of got lit up last night in his first spring training start with only his 88-mile-per-hour fastball, but there's still time for him to work on that. They also have Rick Porcello and Wade Miley, who they brought in via trade in the offseason, and both of those guys have ace potential. Porcello went over 200 innings for the first time last year in the Detroit Tigers rotation, and he's still only 26 years old. He's got a very good shot at becoming the Red Sox ace that they're going to need down the stretch.
And we talk about all the construction going on at Hammond Stadium. One of the add-ons that is kind of causing a little bit of debate here this spring are the timers out in center field. And you and I were there when David Ortiz just went off in typical Big Poppy fashion, complete with expletives. But Cameron, what do you see out of these new rules? How are the players themselves taking to them?
Well, I've talked to David Ortiz, obviously. I've also had conversations with John Farrell and Dustin Pedroia about it. And I think that it's going to be something that's sort of tough for the players to adjust to at first. I think they will end up adjusting, but at the start of it, it might throw them out of their mojo at the plate, and from the hitter's perspective. And from a pitcher's perspective, they're not used to having a 20-second timer on them. Now, that's not going to carry over to the regular season, but in spring training, it might be something that changes the mindset or the mojo of these pitchers and these hitters, and they might have a little bit of trouble adjusting at the start.
Hey everyone, that is our first Southwest Florida Grapefruit Report. Don't forget, tune in. We're going to do this every Friday, keep you up to date on everything that's going on in both camps. So until next week, we've got you covered.